In response to the criticism about $100 price hike for the Facebook VR goggles, an agitated Mark Zuckerberg announces a metaverse war with Apple. The Facebook CEO claimed that Apple and his company are involved in a really deep philosophical competition. The billionaire also told employees that Apple and Meta are in a race to determine what direction the internet should go in. One strategy to surpass the competition could include offering more open and less expensive VR or AR products than Apple, according to The Verge. In order to create the metaverse, Mark Zuckerberg and Apple are engaged in a very deep philosophical competition, suggesting that the two tech behemoths are prepared to square off in the market for hardware supporting augmented and virtual reality. According to a recording of his remarks made during an internal all-hands meeting that was obtained by The Verge, the CEO of Meta told employees earlier this month that they were in competition with Apple to decide what direction the internet should take. He claimed that Meta would present itself as the less expensive and more open competitor to Apple, which is anticipated to introduce its first augmented reality headset as early as later this year. There is a clash of ideologies, and some contend that by tightly integrating everything and handling everything themselves, they can create a better customer experience. According to Zuckerberg, who is moping about his rivalry, and we believe that there is a lot to be done in specialization across different companies, and that will allow a much larger ecosystem to exist. Zuckerberg has been promoting the idea of interoperability for the metaverse, or what he sees as the next significant chapter in computing after mobile phones, ever since changing the name of Facebook's company to Meta. Microsoft, Epic Games, and other joined forces with Meta to launch the Metaverse Open Standards Group recently. The goal is to encourage the development of open protocols that will make it simple for people to move through immersive 3D worlds in the future with their virtual goods. In his remarks to employees, Zuckerberg referred to Apple's absence from the group as not surprising. While CEO Tim Cook has been open about the company's interest in AR as a category, Apple has been characteristically quiet about its unannounced hardware plans. He explained that while Apple's approach of building hardware and software tightly controls had worked well with the iPhone, it is not really clear up front whether an open or closed ecosystem is going to be better for the metaverse. Even so, all indications point to the impending release of a high-end headset that combines AR experiences that overlay real-world with VR's total immersion. Codenamed Cambria, Meta intends to introduce a comparable headset later this year. The company is also getting ready to introduce its first real set of augmented reality glasses. There is a parallel to be drawn. Meta's Quest headset already allows the side loading of apps that are not approved by Meta's VR App Store, similar to how Google's Android allows for side loading. If VR and AR do not take off as Zuckerberg hopes, it seems he wants to position Meta as the Android to Apple's iOS. Furthermore, despite the recent $100 rise in the Quest's pricing, Meta's hardware is still primarily sold at a loss or break even. Meta and Apple have never actually agreed on much, due to its prompt asking users if they want a third-party app to follow them for presenting advertising. The former is currently losing the latter billions of dollars each year in lost ad income in iOS. According to Zuckerberg's comments, the two digital behemoths will continue to compete for years to come even as he tries to find a method to escape Apple's control on mobile. Apple is releasing its own AR glasses instead of abiding by metaverse norms. What impact does that have on Oculus and our environment? Mark Zuckerberg said that it's very obvious that Apple will compete with us, not just in terms of products but also in terms of philosophy. They are taking an open approach to this and working to create a more open ecology. More products are being made to work with Android, according to the effort, working to build the metaverse in a way that will allow you to transport your virtual items between different worlds. Apple chose not to join the Metaverse Open Standards Group, which was established by Mark Zuckerberg's team along with a number of other people that he identified. However, they do not believe that this is a surprise. Apple has been the exclusive provider of computing for a few generations now. They contend that by handling everything themselves and tightly integrating, they can create a better customer experience. This is a contest of ideologies. We also think that there is a lot of specializations work to be done across various companies, which will enable a much larger ecosystem to exist. They find it intriguing that it is not immediately obvious whether an open or closed ecology will be more beneficial. Windows was undoubtedly the operating system that gained the most popularity and became the standard and default on PCs in the past. Although Mac did wonderfully, many people still think that Windows and the PC were the two leading ecosystems at the time. They would claim that it is more the other way on mobile. Some believe that the culture setters and developers tend to trend significantly more toward the iPhone and iOS in developed nations and high-end locations like the US or Western Europe. They claim that Apple has actually established a strong position for itself in the mobile market, and as a result, they are one of the two most valuable corporations in the world. However, many people do not believe that the Metaverse future has already been predetermined. And they believe that one of our responsibilities is to keep producing groundbreaking research and pushing this at every level of the stack. Both VR and AR are being used. In essence, they deliver our devices at cost, at a modest subsidy, or perhaps even somewhat above cost. However, the fact remains that the devices are not what our firm depends on most. There should be as many interactions as feasible. Having an open, interoperable ecosystem is one aspect of that. Their goal is to have 1 billion users participating in digital commerce worth hundreds of dollars by the end of the decade. They can create a company this decade that is as large as our current advertising industry if they follow that course of action. For them, that is a very exciting development. One important way to achieve this is to advance the open metaverse, which is what we'll accomplish. Apple will compete, and that much is obvious, but it will be a fierce rival. They have a device with a few characteristics that Meta does not, but it is not the only difference. It's a really serious philosophical debate about the future of the internet. Their business is proud of the investments they are making to advance the open metaverse on this, and, ideally, open up the next generation of computing. Who is concerned? Recently, Microsoft, Epic Games, and 33 other tech businesses worked with Meta to establish the Metaverse Open Standards Group. This forum aims to create open standards for AR and VR, allowing users to navigate various immersive 3D worlds with ease. But Apple and Roblox didn't seem to be a part of the collaboration, which, according to reports, didn't surprise Zuckerberg. When guessing about Apple's intentions, Zuckerberg said, "So, what do you think will happen between Metaverse and Apple war? Please let me know by leaving a comment below, and if you enjoyed this video, please press the like button, turn on the notification bell, and subscribe to our channel Metaverse for more videos like this. Thank you for stopping by to watch. See you in our next video. Bye!